Alright, we're just going to do a little bit of Steel Path gameplay, just to show how the build performs. Going to use the new core as a primer. We're not really going to utilize any of the mods outside of the auger set. The 80% energy spent on abilities is converted to shields, and dexterity is going to give us some combo duration. The rest of this will actually just take off. So pretty basic. Doorclave, this is her released weapon. We're going to be doing Conjunction Survival, Condition Overload, Blood Rush, Weeping, Primed Reach, Faction, Berserker Fury, Gladiator Vice, and Gladiator Might. And the build on Dagath. Brief Respite. We need 200% shield generation based on energy spent. We're going to be using the one for our shield gate. We have 80% with auger. The auger set. 80 plus 150 gets us to 230. So obviously over 200%. Nice, efficient, cheap build. These are the stats. It's a 50% defense reduction on the 4. Just utilizing the Unreal Intensify. Flow, I would say, is required. Honestly, you can do it without it. Prime Continuity, you can swap for another form of duration. Hell, you don't even need duration, really. Equilibrium, I would say, is super helpful. A little bit of adaptation, just a little bit of damage resistance to help with the tank. To help Blessing, to prevent that one shot. Fast Deflection, I find, is really nice quality of life. And I've been adjusting some of my builds, and I've been enjoying this. If you're doing a primary carry setup, the Glad mod's putting in work. Or not the Glad mod, the Vigilante mod. Though it's not as good as Fast Deflection, does help you with the set bonus. You can even run the other one, the other Vigilante mod. Vigilante Pursuit, though, obviously, because we have an 30-meter radar for enemies, obviously less effective than before. So pretty basic, chill little setup. Nothing fancy. And our pet is going to be the Panzer. We did adjust the build a little bit, using Tenacious Bond for extra crit damage. Synth Deconstruct is the only one that we need now because they changed Equilibrium. Equilibrium on its own can pick up health and energy orbs. So Synth Deconstruct is the only one that we need, where we needed Synth Fiber to be able to pick up health orbs at max health. Now we no longer need that. So Fiber's gone. Frees up a slot because this is going to be a melee build. Pack Leader is going to be our quote-unquote shield gate for the Panzer. So we did take off the health and armor mods. And in order to get the Tenacious Bond bonus, a rank 4 bite works just fine. Restorative Bond, I'm not sure on this mod yet. It feels pretty good for the extra health. Just kind of is what it is. Viral Quills, Panzer Devolution, Primed Animal Instinct, Fetch, this is all pretty normal. Hunter Recovery, I run just for the additional amount of health that you get back. If you full strip anything, the viral will do quite a bit of damage, and you'll notice your health per second will tick up into the couple hundreds. It's not going to be anything insane, but it'll be like 300-400 a second, which is enough to refill your health bar pretty quick. Obviously, if anything survives your full strip. So, just a little bit of a comfort pick. Not quite sure about the Restorative Bond. Alright. I'm going to go, let's say 20 minutes. But very, very basic. Not even going to bring a primer. And gear, all good. Alright, enjoy the footage, guys. Oh, and we're gonna do conjunction survival. I will be talking a little bit over it. So honestly, the biggest vulnerability for Dagath with this sort of setup is the very beginning. Since we don't have any stacking strength or anything like that, just go ahead and cast 3 and soak up this energy pad. You really don't need to do this. You can CC and kill everything. Since we're not using the pistol, we're going to swap to melee, hold F. Now we can block.
Stand by for life support.
There is no stopping for your
Demo, I'm detecting a synthesis target. Use the synthesis scanner to track location.
Ooh, we gotta hate. And just as we're running through, we'll just cast the 1. To get the spread into the area. You can see it spreading around corners. It hit this guy. And the only real mechanic that you have to pay attention to, really, is Aegis proccing. So when it's up, just sort of keep in mind what's around. Make sure to shield gate when it's down. And again, we haven't cast Doom for a while. It trails around pretty well.
Sentient scouts. If they detect you, fighters will soon attack.
The one issue that you're going to have with this mission, and it's probably going to be the thing that kills you,
Proximity. You may use it. The sentient is onto it.
is the Thrax. The one slows down them coming out of, or going into their ethereal form. Quite a bit, and that tends to drain your air supply. So it's not a perfect setup. Just use your 4 whenever you feel like it.
The deeper I can search. But if you need to be, extraction is ready. Void manifestations drawn to this cursed place of storing lives. They will drain all life support unless they are destroyed.
Just casting one as we go. And even with 145 range, you can see how everything's marked. Marked with Doom, that is. Just because it's constantly re-triggering from the 1. Or constantly getting spread by the 1. Alright, we got a Aegis. We'll chill for a bit. Got a Aegis again. You will find that because of the way the viral scaling is, that the overguarded enemies will tend to be left behind because they don't get the damage boost. except in terms of that guy. Hit that one Eximus on the final hit once the overguard broke for 400k. Or the two did.
Oculists, if they scan, sentient fighters won't be far behind. They know you're here. Prepare for sentient fighters. The Grenier and Corpus came here in search of treasure, but only found oblivion. They are trespassers here. You are not. Tenno, the Void has summoned a new presence and it craves our life support. Destroy these manifestations.
And again, we probably haven't even cast Doom more than a handful of times. And the only reason why we've cast the 4 is to like armor strip maybe like a priority target. You know, use your brain on it. One of the things that is nice is the Dagath, the Doorclave. Is the unique interaction with Dagath. Basically a guaranteed status chance and 0.5 follow through. So this weapon is surprisingly good at just slaughtering groups. I mean, ideally that's what you want, right? And the energy economy is high enough. God, if you could have like a macro or something just clicking on one for you, you could probably go to level cap with a strong enough melee. And again, the thing that you're mostly casting is just the one. You're not recasting the two hardly at all, unless you want to.
Don't worry, I'll take very good care of Vermina. I have just the spot in the kennel for her.
These manifestations, they aren't from the neural surgery. Destroy them. They are drawing from your life's fate. The Queen has sought out warframes before. Vor sought to present them with yours. We cannot let the worm have Verena. The sentient has detected me. Fighters incoming.
He silenced me in my my 4. So I was actually stuck in that like zoomed out POV. And I guess another thing I wanted to talk about was the fact that like I keep hearing things of like combinations. All I'm doing is just spamming one. So if you're doing survivals or anything like that, even with a team, there's no combination. I'm spamming one. I mean, I guess if you want the like the horse to kill everything, like you're in like a big pocket or something. But there's so much like AoE CC, because remember there's the slow from the one also. Like it's not as strong as a gloom at this level. But it's just, it's an old melee play style, like, even though you're in, like, the boom and zoom meta. It's just the scythes do so much damn damage. The 2 I'm talking about. And even on this build, like flow would be like a flex slot. You see something annoying, kill it with the 1. Like, I didn't want to deal with the Arson Eximus. Like, these guys, you don't want to deal with them. Boom, they're gone. Especially at base Steel Path levels. Especially at base Steel Path levels. A couple 100k damage will kill anything. Except for maybe a Thrax.
We have only scratched the surface. This place holds many more secrets. Void signatures, but outside the corrupted. They are draining the life support.
I need to aim.
Eliminate them quickly.
And again, it's the same thing because the horses do so much damage. You can use them to clear like Eximus units. Like if you're going into an area and you see like a really annoying Eximus that you don't want to deal with. Just get rid of it.
Those oculists are scanning these weapons.
And with the amount of energy that you got, it's pretty easy to shield gate through if your damage is falling off for whatever reason. If your weapon needed the crit damage, say you optimized for it or something. And took the crit damage out of the weapon and it's hurting you. We're at 20. Okay. Alright, so easy peasy. Quick little run. Hey, got a hit. Blueprint. Feels good. Some possible helmets. Because you're basically just casting the 1. If you're doing the Panzer health orb trick, you could run Blind Rage if you wanted to with this setup. Modify it like this. And you'd still be just fine. Get rid of this. Even if you were running something like this, you could still do it pretty easily. Aegis is pure quality of life. Fast deflection can go. The 3, as mean as it is to say, I feel like the 3 is the helmet spot. Because 4 gives you iframes. It's your one source of iframes. And if you wanted to run adaptation and rolling guard, Not that I would recommend it, but you can see with the setup, even with 45 range, it's not a big deal to keep that stuff up, especially because you're moving around. One of the things you could do is with the full strip, because you need the one to spread the doom. Otherwise, it's going to be something where you break your 2 key. So 1, 2, and 4, I would say are somewhat required, though technically 4 could be the helmet spot also. I guess you could run Calervo on the 4 and use a heavy attack setup. Get a crap ton of crit damage, crit chance. Just absolutely Wraithful Advance. Let's see if we can helmet this on, or am I just talking shit? What do we got? Yeah, so you could do like a melee style setup, and do the cavalry as a helmet spot. Crit damage here, Wraithful Advance here, and just sort of teleport around and blow shit up. And everything would have viral, and you could just survive off of like heavy damage, right? Especially with like a Stropha. I could see that being done. Or something with like a throw. But that's playstyle dependent. More realistically, I would say take Roar, put it over the 3, and just recast it. Even though it's a loss of crit damage, it would allow you, with enough power strength, to remove the faction from the weapon and just allow all of your abilities to do more damage. Like, especially with the combo with the 2 and the 4. That'd be a big damage bonus. It would apply multiplicatively between these two. But anyway, as you saw, super chill run. Nothing going on here. Just to sort of prove a point, right? Yeah, even on the hardest level of Steel Path, it's pretty chill. So, anyway, thank you guys. Take it easy.